Scream from 1996. Easily one of the best slasher movies of all time. It has an uncut version that hasn't been available on physical media since VHS and Laserdisc. Unless, of course, you want to import Japanese or German versions. Scream also has a few scenes that are completely missing that we know were shot. So today I want to talk about the differences between the theatrical and uncut version, and then talk about those extra deleted scenes, how we know they were filmed, and what happened in them. So just like A Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven had to make some cuts to avoid an NC-17 rating for Scream. Most of this is just extra gore stuff. Whatever longest version they made originally with all of the gore and all of the scenes intact, that version's gone. When the film was released on VHS and Laserdisc though, it came with some of that footage reinserted and marketed on the Laserdisc as the director's cut. So really the version that's called the uncut version now is technically just the director's cut. I'll be using the VHS to show you the uncut clips today because I don't have the Laserdisc. There are several 1 or 2 frame changes throughout the uncut version. Some have bigger impacts than others, but a lot of this stuff isn't noticeable if you aren't a diehard Scream fan who's watched these movies 100 times each. In full disclosure, when I do videos like this and show comparisons, and the changes are really small, sometimes I double check with moviecensorship.com as a source for changes. This site is incredible and I highly recommend it. So the first changes come during the opening scene. When Steve is tied up to the chair, we get close-up shots of his face in the theatrical cut. The sequence is changed so that in the theatrical cut, you see less gore. In the uncut version, you do see his guts fall out, and that's not in the theatrical cut. These are small enough changes that I don't think it'll impact your viewing too much, but for me, if there's more gore, I want it. The footage of the reveal of Casey Becker's corpse has been sped up for the theatrical cut, minimizing the scream time for her corpse, whereas the uncut version shows it for about twice as long. This performance and opening of this movie are just legendary in their own right. But if you look at behind-the-scenes footage, this shot isn't actually Drew. It's a dummy that's strung up there. A really good dummy, too. And a gruesome one. Tatum's death also includes a few extra frames here and there. You've got about 5 frames extra of her head getting crushed. That gnarly squishing sound, man. The sounds are so horrifying that even just thinking about them now makes me want to move on. Kenny's death also features a few extra seconds. When his throat is slashed, he stands outside and takes his hand from his wound to look at his blood. Small change, but it gives him some more screen time, so why not? During the climax of the film, there's extra frames and some stuff that's just completely different. The part where Billy stabs Stu is cut a little different, and we have extra shots of Stu being stabbed here. Then when Sidney's dad is on the ground, in the theatrical cut, Stu's hand is bloody, but not a complete mess. In the uncut version, his hand is much bloodier, in fact dripping all over the ground. Overall, the uncut version's really nothing to write home about. Sometimes, when they market stuff as uncut and unrated and all that stuff, the changes are so minimal that the average person won't notice. Then we've got these scenes that we know were filmed, but we've never seen. They weren't released as deleted scenes, they weren't released in the uncut version, we've never seen a work print. When doing research for this, I came across a post on Facebook. That's right, this source is from Facebook. But more than that, it's a guy named Jermaine posting in a group called Woodsboro Horror Film Club. The first scene, which we have 0 footage of that I'm aware, has Billy and Stu walking down the street on their way to the video store. They're talking about Sidney and whether Billy is going to try and make up with her or not. Someone, maybe it was Jermaine himself, asked Scream editor Patrick Lussier about this scene, who confirmed the scene was shot. He says, Billy and Stu was definitely filmed and omitted from the cut. Memory serves, it was in oneer. It was cut in our first pass of the director's cut, as it was very clear on the scene that Billy and Stu were the killers in that scene. He goes on to reply, performances. How they acted made it clear that they were the killers. None of it is dialogue related. No idea who owns it. We can assume he was asked what made it obvious that they were the killers, and who has that footage now if it still exists. If you take a look at the script for this scene, provided they shot this version, I do think the dialogue is a little bit obvious. But I do think if you watch Scream now, there are moments where if you haven't seen the movie, you're definitely wondering if they're the killers. But I'd have to agree that some of that is performance-based. I'm not mad that this wasn't included in the movie, I just would like to see it as a deleted scene. Then there's the grocery store scene. Now this is more of an extended version of the scene. Again, Jermaine posted this in the Woodsboro Horror Film Club group on Facebook. There's a short video of some behind the scenes being shot, and Tatum, Sydney, and Dewey are outside the store chatting.
It's like I'm gonna be a personal bodyguard tonight, see?
You're wonderful night.
Sorry. Please order. I'll stay out of the way, I promise.
It's not a long clip, but it's the closest thing I've seen to a deleted scene from this movie outside the uncut version.
Alright, and quiet, hold the band-aid. Quiet, please.
I'll never believe it.
This comes from a making of feature of some sort. It's relevant too. Later in the movie, when they're going through the Jamie Lee Curtis movies, Tatum says,
Tits. See?
this is a callback to a discussion that they have in the script during this grocery store scene. During the scene, they're mostly talking about sex and stuff. Tatum mentions how guys can talk about tits all the time, but girls can't talk about wieners. None of the changes in the uncut version or the director's cut or these deleted scenes are anything to really write home about. Nothing that crazy. It just goes to show that the fans want more. They're curious. I know this was a short one, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Love to hear from you. Quick thank you to my channel members and Patreon subscribers. If you want more Ectoviolence, including exclusive videos and behind the scenes content, become a member by clicking the links in the description below.